David, it's game day. It is game 4 between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Our coverage here on the fourth period brought to you by BitBuy. Use referral code TFP to receive up to $50 in free crypto while terms and conditions apply. A little bit of line juggling ahead of game 4 for Sheldon Keefe's bunch. Dave.
Yeah, that's right. Michael Bunting is not 100%, but he's good enough to still stay in the lineup. Because of that, he's dropping to the fourth line. Alex Kerfoot's going back up to the top line with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. Willie Nylander going back with John Tavares and Ondrej Kase. So they're changing up a few things. Justin Holl looks to be staying in the lineup on defense for the Leafs, and obviously Jack Campbell will be in net. And John Cooper, the coach of the Lightning, saying that he's pretty comfortable with his lineup, so he's going to stick with the same group for the Bolts. But for Toronto, look, Kerfoot did well on the top line when he had an opportunity to play with Matthews and Marner. And Sheldon Keefe also saying that the line last game just wasn't fully there. And we didn't see a lot of production from them in game 3. They switched things up, moved Kerfoot back in there, and that looks to be their weapon for tonight.
So much talk ahead of this series is about Andrei Vasilevskiy, and for good reason, right? Well, he's probably one of the best goaltenders, if not the best goaltender in the world. But Jack Campbell for the Leafs, he's holding his own in there in this series, isn't he?
He really is. He was a big, big reason, and I don't know if it's getting emphasized enough, a big reason as to why they won game 3. He was rock solid, especially in that third period. They called a timeout after Ondrej Palat scored the second goal for Tampa to cut it to 3-2. That definitely helped rally the troops and kind of calm things down for the Maple Leafs and slow Tampa a little bit. But Jack Campbell was on point. You need, in certain games as the playoffs progress, you need a couple of games here and there where your goaltender and your depth forwards are getting the job done. That's what happened for Toronto in game 3. Doesn't mean that Jack's job is done. He needs to stay solid for them because you know Tampa's going to be coming out hitting hard tonight at home against the Leafs.
Well, I hate using this saying a lot in sports, and we do use it a lot. It's a must win, right?
Right.
Tampa, it's not really a must win, but I'm going to change it. You can't lose if you're the Lightning.
No, you don't want to go back to Toronto down 3-1 with Game 5 in Toronto on Tuesday night. There's no question about that one. Look, this is a situation where the Lightning still feel confident. They're not pressing the panic button just yet, but at the same time, they know that if they go to Toronto down 3-1, their backs are going to be right up against that wall, and they don't want that by any stretch. They haven't had that much adversity over the last couple of seasons, although in the Eastern Conference Final against the New York Islanders, that was pushed to a Game 7. I suspect the way this series is going, we may have a similar outcome here one way or another. But from Tampa's perspective, they're comfortable in their game. They have to go back to their particular basics. They were rolling as the third period rolled around and just ran out of gas, ran out of time, and Toronto popped in 2 empty netters. I think Tampa likes their game. They want to get back to it. But just like you said, it's as near a must-win as possible right now.
Tampa looking to get back into this series while the Leafs are looking to put a stranglehold on this series. David, thank you very much for this. These two teams will face off in Game 4 a little bit later on tonight.